This woman found a used car she liked online. The car looked cool and was a good deal, so she decided to test drive it right away. She was really happy with the car during the test drive, but she didn't know that danger was coming her way. The case was immediately sent to the analysis team. According to the case stats, this was the 5th case of a woman going missing in Seattle. All of the victims were killed within 7 days of going missing. The most recent girl to go missing was named Heather. Her computer had been wiped clean by a virus, leaving only a message from the killer. The killer never allowed these girls to survive beyond 7 days, which meant they had little time left. Soon, the analysis team arrived at the Seattle office. They decided to start their investigation from the scene of the latest case. Like the previous victims, the deceased had her nails cut off and had been dressed in clean clothes. Meanwhile, Reed and Yulon arrived at Heather's home. Reed discovered from a pile of magazines that she seemed to be very interested in cars. He then began to analyze. A direct relationship between buyers and sellers typically establishes a certain level of trust. If the man wanted to lure Heather into the car, the best method would be to arrange a test drive. However, this information was still insufficient for them to profile the killer. At this point, after some thought, Gideon made a rough guess about the killer based on his own experience. He pointed out that the killer was a white man in his 20s, with a low profile, able to blend into a crowd easily, and also very intelligent. The evidence at the crime scene was deliberately left by him. A psychological assessment showed that the killer suffered from delusions, which were closely related to his childhood experiences. It was likely that the death of his parents or an important family member had led him to feel persecuted and monitored. The murder gave him a sense of power and made him feel strong and in control. Based on Gideon's description, the FBI quickly identified a suspect. Al disguised himself as a neighbor and arrested the man named Richard. However, they did not find the missing Heather in Richard's home. Gideon also pointed out that the bodies of the 4 victims had defensive wounds, but Richard had no injuries on his body, except for a Jeep in the garage. That matched their description of the killer. Nothing else matched. What did they miss?